From Washington to Hollywood and right back to Wisconsin. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. Connecting the dots on the stories shaping our world with smart takes, sharp humor, and plenty of personality.
You know, I really expected more professional behavior from you.
It's news and culture without the noise.
Yeah, I'm on.
Here's Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach.
All right, welcome to Nite Lite, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, it is a Wednesday night here in the beautiful state of Wisconsin, and we are coming to you live, like every night. Sitting across the state from me, as usual, is Mr. Greg Bach. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
How we doing?
I'm doing quite well. It's one more day until opening day. I'm rocking my Brewers short sleeve hoodie that I love, but it's still way too warm to wear it. Oh my goodness gracious. It's like 65 degrees here right now.
Come on, really?
Yeah.
You got
sorry about
65 there?
Mm-hmm.
66 over here.
Wow, Dom. Really, just take that knife and just twist it while you're at it. My goodness. But it's a great day to be alive in America. I've just said that for whatever reason. But yes, I'm doing well today. It's a good day. I got to spend some time with my dog, which I always love. And now I'm here with two wonderful individuals, and we have a fantastic show for you tonight, folks. Pete, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm excited because it's opening day is tomorrow, right?
Correct. Well,
Okay.
Home opener is tomorrow. Yeah.
Is that early? Don't they typically wait till like April 1st? Okay.
No, they've been doing it now towards the end of March now. It used to be early April, but because money and people and more money and money and money and money and money and let's make some more money.
Yeah.
Money.
I was talking about cricket, but if you want to go baseball, that's fine.
I want to love cricket.
Yeah, it's pretty similar, right?
No, it's not. And I know that because I got yelled at by a cricket fan who told me that. I said to him, I really love baseball and I feel like they're cousin sports. He goes, not really. There's some ideas that are the same to a point, but it's very different. And then he explained it. I said, I'm never going to retain any of this information at all whatsoever.
I'll stick with America's pastime. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed. Tomorrow is, let's see here. Today. Nope. You are right. The first opening day is the first game of the year. Usually we've been on the road before, but yeah, tomorrow is a first day period. So yes, playing in Milwaukee. I was going to try to go to the game, but between I'm in Kenosha and Racine and driving all the way to Milwaukee with traffic and everything, that thing of you can go somewhere and do something, but you can't enjoy it because you're just sitting there thinking to yourself, well, I have to leave early. And then if there's traffic and if this thing happens and if I'm leaving you two in the lurch because something takes place, I just said, I can't enjoy this game, so I won't go. So I'll just enjoy it from here.
Well, we appreciate your dedication to this show, don't we, Dom? Dom Lee,
absolutely,
holding down the fort in Madison there.
Yeah. And you already know that they're going to win. They're playing against the White
Sox. I really wish you hadn't said that. I really wish you hadn't said that.
It's the White Sox, though.
Dude, we got swept by the Athletics last year, man. We got swept by the Athletics. We swept the Dodgers in the regular season.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we got swept by the Athletics. So, Dom,
Never
keep
know.
your trap short.
Hey, this is kind of cool. We've got all within a 90-mile radius. We've got a Brewer fan, a Sox fan, and a Cubs fan. So we've got all the bases covered, right?
As Brett from Brown Deer calls it, the Yadair Hay Triangle.
That's right.
Pete, what do we have on the show tonight?
We've got a great show. Our pal Martin Alvarado will be here.
Yes.
From the Madison Public Library. We're going to talk to Martin. He's going to make some book suggestions. We'll ask him about what is new in the library game. I love his gig. It seems like
what if there was something super new?
Listen, I if I wasn't doing this or didn't go into show business, I think working in a library or a theater would be really cool. Like kind of chill. It just seems like kind of a good gig. But anyway, Martin will be here at this hour. We'll talk to Martin at 5:35, and then my pal, soon to be our pal, Frank Hermans, will join us.
Frank Hermans is
second hour.
Nope, other way around.
I'm sorry, I got completely confused. We usually do entertainment stuff in hour two, but tonight you're right. Frank Hermans will be here at 5:30. We're going to kick things off with Frank, and then we'll do some library talk in the second hour with our pal Martin. So thank you for the clarification. Those are the benefits of working with a host, Greg. You have my back.
I'm here. I am here for you. Always.
What if they were both listening and totally panicked and drove off the road or something?
What if they were both listening and got offended and they were like, well, I can't even with this place. Civic who? I don't care anymore. I don't think they'd be like that.
Both of them are pretty cool guys.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. But anyway, we got a great show, great guests, and we've got a great question tonight, which we should probably get to. Here's the Nite Lite question of the night.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question. Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions? This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Question.
Questions.
Pregunta. Love that. Our question of the
Pregunta.
night, ladies and gentlemen, is who is the most annoying voice in sports? It can be an announcer. It can be a player, a passerby, whoever annoys you the most when they talk about sports. It could be the sound of their voice, what they say. It doesn't matter. Who is the most annoying voice in sports? You can let us know at 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also, if you're watching the radio, drop us a stream comment at Facebook, YouTube, or X Twitter, and let us know what you think. And you can also text in who you think is the most annoying voice in sports on the Civic Media app, which you absolutely need, folks, because why, Greg?
Well, I think because we are in the middle of the Break into Spring Text to Win multi-state contest, and this is the 5 o'clock hour, which means we have a keyword raring and ready to go for everybody here. So here's what you do. Open up that Civic Media app right now. Get to the channel of your choice, WAUK, and you're going to text in the word to possibly win, to enter to win $200 today. We give away $200 a day, and then every entry you do throughout the day goes into a grand prize drawing for a mattress set from Verlo as the grand prize. So you got nothing to lose here, and if you don't have the app, download it right now. It's absolutely free, and you can participate right now if you'd like as well. So open up that app, get ready to text in the word. The word for this hour is bird, B-I-R-D. The bird is the word, B-I-R-D.
Let's do the bird.
There it is. As if say, let's listen to that song about the bird. B-I-R-D is the word here for the 5 o'clock hour. So take out that Civic Media app, text in the word bird for your chance to win $200 and go into a grand prize drawing for a mattress set from Verlo. Bird is the word, B-I-R-D. Good luck, everybody.
Here's why this is such a great contest. What we have here at Civic Media, everybody needs a good night's sleep, and everybody needs some walking around money. True. So what do you got against that?
Oh, I mean, honestly, I can't think of a single solitary reason why it would be
It's
bad.
a flawless contest.
Yeah.
Good luck, everybody. So let us know what you think. What do you say, guys? Should we get to some news, or?
I think we should get to Dom. Wait, well, hold on. Dom, what do you think? Pete and I are always like, let's do this. And I'm like, Dom, what do you think?
You know what? Let's do this. Let's do it.
The first big story.
Okay. So in Wisconsin Public Radio, a.k.a. WPR reporting, today's the 25th, Racine County man convicted on election fraud charges after ordering absentee ballots for other voters. This story goes back all the way to 2022, but he was finally convicted on 3 out of the 4 charges. 1 felony, 2 misdemeanors, 1 felony charge, not guilty. Harry Waite is his name. He's the Racine area man who requested 2 absentee ballots on behalf of other people to prove it could be done. He was convicted yesterday night on election fraud and identity theft charges. He wanted to do this to prove that there were flaws in the mail-in voting process. He wanted to, it says here, expose vulnerabilities in the voting system. He ordered ballots on behalf of Assembly Speaker Robin Voss and, wait for it, Racine Mayor Corey Mason. It took the jury 3 hours to deliberate. They found him guilty of 3 out of the 4 charges, and he faces up to, it looks like, 7 years. I thought I saw that here. 7 years in prison. A sentence hearing has yet to be scheduled. His attorney has said they will appeal this, and he is standing strong in his convictions on this, and he should stand strong because he was convicted on this. He could go to jail for a long time. And he says he's not disappointed in the verdict. He said, I put the jurors in a very hard spot. I admitted I ordered 2 ballots, and I admitted I was not Robin Voss or Corey Mason. I wanted to test the system. This is what you get sometimes when you fight. That was his quote. I guess you could say, Harry, you proved that the system works, as we saw in 2024 when the same thing happened to a now former Milwaukee City employee who tried to do the same thing. So, Harry Waite of Racine County, you fought, you lost, yet you stand tall, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it's really strange. Like, it's like saying, well, I went to rob a liquor store just to prove, that people rob liquor stores, and I got caught. I mean, what? This just doesn't make any sense. This guy, his logic is kind of like the guy who, stood in front of Alan Richson's Reacher's motorcycle. Like, maybe they're related. I don't know. But this is just really flawed logic. And you're right, Greg. The system worked. He got caught, and he admitted it, but they would have seen that Robin Voss already voted. They keep pushing this election fraud thing, and it's so rare. It's not worth spending money on, and it's not worth passing legislation to keep people away from the polls either. This guy, Mr. Waite, will be, painted as some type of freedom fighter, I'm sure, or patriot for committing fraud. And, it just doesn't... It doesn't, or they'll set up, what they'll do? They'll set up a GoFundMe to help him with his legal. And I don't understand that. He broke the law. He admitted, maybe he did it after he got caught. Either way, it's stupid.
Well, here's the timeline here. He ordered the ballots through Wisconsin's My Vote website. By the way, myvote.wi.gov. Go and check out if you're registered. Go and check out where you vote. Check out your ballot. It's all right there, myvote.wi.gov. But this proves right here, this is another in the long line of proof that this system does work. He did it, then he announced it to the world that he did it, as if he said, come and take me away. Put out his hands together, like waiting to be cuffed by the cops. He said, I am a criminal, but not nefarious.
But I'm really a hero.
Yeah, sure.
He was one of those critics of the 2020 election results as well, which was thrown out of like 60 courts by judges, oftentimes that President at the time, President Trump appointed.
The current now, yeah.
And it's like, and Robin Voss, to his credit on that, did not decertify the election. So I don't know. I don't know why he picked those two people either. That's kind of strange. Like, wouldn't you pick an average Joe?
I think he was doing it to prove a point, because the thing is that the woman from Milwaukee 2 years ago, she actually ordered ballots for a person who was saying that the mail-in system was flawed as well, as to try to make a point. I understand he was trying to make a point. It was a dumb point to make. The law proved his point. I'm sorry, I take that back. Let me try that. The law proved that his point was wrong, and that the system is secure. But he is going to possibly go to jail for 7 years for that. So I don't. He's not a hero. He's not smart. He's not someone who deserves any sort of credit. He didn't make a mistake. He did something on purpose. Like, he broke the law on purpose and said, come and get me. See what I care. Spit on the floor. Blech.
And
I don't get it, man.
He's 71, and he might go to jail for 7 years. These are prime dating years.
Yes, it is.
So he is going to be in jail for those. That's where I feel the worst. But we've got a couple more stories coming up, folks, including just a little teaser here, Greg. Big settlement to someone who dealt with online addiction. We will tell you all the details. We've got Frank Herman's coming up after the news at 5:35. He is the founder of Let Me Be Frank Productions. He's very prolific and a very funny guy, and one of my favorite guests. Tonight's question is, who is the most annoying voice in sports? So be part of the show, folks. Answer the question. We are coming right back. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach on the Civic Media Network. How do we feel about the tease for the next story? I always like to tease something, but I haven't. Well, just after. Oh,
you mean? Yeah.
I mean, maybe I should have teased Hawk Tua, because that's a sexier.
Well, you could honestly, you can tease both of them. You can say we got a story coming up about a settlement, and a girl who's famous for nothing is back in the spotlight. Coming up on Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. Check it out.
A girl who coined a sex phrase. Casey?
We also have Charles from Milwaukee on the phone if you want to take the call. Right?
Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Let me double check.
Oh, it's so warm.
Charles is still on the line.
Cool. We will take him on the other side. And then, Pete, do you want to intro Frank because he's your buddy? We can do the first hour, and then I'll. Okay, cool.
Sure.
Excellent.
Boy, that book Martin had on his list about the Cahokia sounded really good. Probably going to check that out. I really am trying to be a reader again.
Yeah, I need to get back into audiobooks. The problem is I barely drive anymore, so. Yeah, when I used to drive to Waukesha and then to Milwaukee, I would listen to an audiobook maybe a week, if not sooner. Like I can knock out like 4 or 5 a month. And then
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was great. But then now I just it's a 15-minute drive. And
Yeah, that's
that
tough to
take me 30 years to get through a book.
Oh, God, I forgot to share the post.
The what? The what?
Just the social media post
Oh,
for today's
20
show.
seconds.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with a little Marvin Gaye in hour one, I don't think. Thank you, Dom. Well done. Welcome back to Nite Lite. I'm Pete Schwaba. And joining me, or sitting across the state, I should say, is the air drummer extraordinaire, Mr. Greg Bach. You really should check us out on the stream, folks, if you want to see what we do, because it's so fun. And Dom Lee is in Madison holding down the fort, too. We're in the middle of our 3 big stories, but we got a phone call, which I think we should take, Dom.
Hey, Charles. It's Charles from Milwaukee. Good evening, sir. How are you today?
Hey, good evening, guys. I am great. It's gorgeous outside. I got no complaints.
There you go. You wanted to talk about the most annoying voice in sports.
Yes, Chris Collinsworth. I liked him as a wide receiver for the Bengals, but
Yeah.
man, when he's the commentator for the Packers, I'm like, really? This is who he got? I believe he is the worst.
Yeah,
People always say that he just doesn't like Green Bay. He never feels joy when
That's
Green
right.
Bay's doing well.
That's, to me, it seems like he doesn't like the Packers either. There's
Yeah.
always criticisms, and I'm like,
Yeah.
really?
But
Yeah.
don't you think he loves Aaron Rodgers?
Well, that doesn't mean you like the Packers, though.
He might, but that's not the Packers. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Well-
Like I said, he's for me, he's the worst.
Well, thank you very much, Charles. I feel like you are beginning what is going to be an overwhelming victory for Mr. Collinsworth this
gonna hear
evening. He will be the brandy old fashioned of this conversation, if that makes any sense. You listened last night. Point is, yeah, there are some thoughts. Thank you so much, Charles, for tuning in and for calling in. We really appreciate you tonight. So, yeah, that begins. Who is the most annoying voice in sports? Text it in. Get in touch with us via the Civic Media app. Let us know your thoughts. And I have a feeling they're all going to be the same.
And I feel like I know for a fact we're going to hear more of Chris Collins tonight. So Charles was totally on point, and I can't wait to read those right after the top of the hour. But we've got more stories here. Let's get to our next big story.
Okay.
The second big story.
Greg, this is an interesting one. I admit I tend to fall into the just turn off the internet, but I'm wrong. So this happened. A California jury on Wednesday found that Meta and Google's YouTube were on the hook for causing depression and anxiety of a woman who compulsively used the site since she was a small child. They gave her $6 million, holding Facebook base, or well, I should say Mark Zuckerberg and Silicon Valley accountable in fuel. And they kind of made a point to say this is fueling a youth mental health crisis. And, you know, your first instinct, at least mine, was where are the parents? Turn it off. No. These programs, algorithms, code, whatever you want to be, are being designed to pull kids in. And this is causing serious issues, mental health issues for kids. And these are kids, they're targeting kids. So I say that wasn't enough, frankly.
No. And we'll go ahead and see how fast this goes into appeals and how long it will take for this young woman to see a single red cent. of any sort of money is owed to her. And also, yeah, I can take the sit on my porch and go, just turn it off and enjoy the nature. But it really is. I mean, I do feel like these people are sitting here tinkering with their algorithm to the point where they get these individuals hooked on it. And to me, it's chemical in your brain. It can be drawn to a comparison of cigarettes or other things where you have to have it in your life. You don't feel the same without it, and it brings you comfort, and it can lead to a lot of bad things. So I'd like to see more of these things coming down the pike. In fact, the fact that Meta and Google were like, this kind of blew my mind. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens next.
I think you're going to get your wish, because I just read that this case is tied to 2,000 other cases. So it'll be interesting to see where the chips fall. I also didn't know you had to be 13. Well, you're supposed to be 13 to use YouTube. I didn't even know they had those restrictions. So
yep.
Also,
I think all social media, but it's like, what year were you born in? If you can do math, there you go. Welcome to Facebook.
Right. Who could crack that code of security?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I love what I read, that the lawyers for Meta and Google did not react to the jury's decision. They just sat there, which made me think those are AI lawyers designed by
exactly.
Google and YouTube. So there you go. Yeah. But good for this woman. I guess her name is Kaylee. I'm all in favor of the verdict.
There you go. Great. All right, Pete, we got one more story for you.
Let's do it.
Yeah, there you go.
The third big story.
All right, lay it on us, Pete.
All right. Listen, a real sweetheart. The Hawk Tuah girl is back in the news. She is kind of relaunching her career a little bit. As you guys might remember, she was involved or blamed for a cryptocurrency. She created a crypto coin called Hawk. Clever. And within 24 hours, it tanked, taking the money of lonely people everywhere who followed her over the edge of the flat earth, and they lost their money. She was cleared, and I believe she didn't do anything. I believe that it was a company that took advantage of her. She was new to fame and all that kind of stuff. You could argue whether or not she should have been famous in the first place.
Correct.
Or developing a sex term, I guess. But she did go away, and now she's back, and it'll see what kind of, if she's relevant again. I don't know. I do at least think she practiced some contrition, though.
I mean, there's the age-old idea of everyone has their 15 minutes of fame, but in this day and age, maybe everyone gets 15 to 20 minutes of fame, and you get to rebrand yourself I don't know. It's just like it's like she's relaunching her career. Everything tanked last year. It's been less than a year. Who even cares anymore? Like, big deal. She's got a podcast. Who doesn't? And so it's like, I don't know, like Haley Welch. Ugh.
But you don't have a podcast, Greg, called Talk Tuah.
Fair point. I just have one called Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach, which you can listen to as a podcast when you go to civicmedia.us/shows. Download episodes, listen to them whenever you'd like here on the Civic Media Network.
Very well said. All right. We a reminder, this hour's keyword, folks, in our multi-state Break Into Spring Text to Win contest here at Civic Media, which you have to have the app to play, and I know you all do, is BIRD, B-I-R-D. BIRD, as Greg said, is the word. So text that in on your app. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, Frank Hermans from Let Me Be Frank Productions will be here talking about some upcoming events. He's a blast. You don't want to miss this. It's Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach on the Civic Media Network. Oh, did somebody send Frank a link?
It should have gotten to him. Yes. Yes, because it comes via Google Calendar.
Can I just cut and paste this?
Yeah, cut and paste the one we're at right now, and it's Yep, there's one and he accepted it too.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
I told him just to click twice, but I guess he had trouble finding the link. Hopefully he's got it now. Okay, he saw the. All right, we should.
Oh my gosh, I'm so tired that I just don't like sweating. Is it hot in here, or am I just sweating? There was Pete, do you remember the show Space Ghost Coast to Coast?
I remember the name. Yeah, I don't.
So remember the cartoon Space Ghost when we were kids?
Yeah.
So in like the 90s, they reworked all of the footage of that show into a show where he was a talk show host and he had like real guests on. And it's amazing. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Dana Gould's doing something similar, but he's dressed up like one of the Planet of the Apes guys and interviewing famous people. But they put out an album years ago called The Space Goes Coast to Coast Barbecue, and it is still it etched into my memory some of these songs. And when I was, is it hot in here or am I just sweating? That's just one of the lines from that. I mean, it's
Love Dana Gould.
I've never heard of it.
He's very, very funny. We had him at the club once with Bobcat.
Oh, really?
He came with Bobcat and Dana co-headlined a weekend. It was fantastic.
Wow.
And I walked up to Dana and I said, look, man, just a really quick question. Like, you grew up in Boston. Did you ever see the Pixies? He's like, oh my God, I used to go see them at a club for $1 a show. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Hello, Frank.
I think we've got Frank.
I made it.
You made it, buddy.
Technology.
Not the same as having you sit next to me, but I will take this amount of Frank over no Frank at all.
Did I lose something?
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, if he doesn't, maybe he doesn't have a good connection.
Yeah,
Staying in
seems like
studio. I got fat fingers. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we
Yeah,
can't
we can
see
hear
you.
you.
Yeah, your camera's off.
Okay.
I have connection
you're
issues
on
too,
the
Frank,
show.
and not just online.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm streaming audio only, it says. Okay. Now I'm on camera. I don't know.
Still not.
There I am.
Maybe try and get out and get back in real quick.
Get out
You
and
got
get
time.
back in. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Let's
No
do
worries, no
this.
worries. Alrighty. There he is. Hello, Frank.
Can you hear me? I'm in.
We got you.
We can
Yay.
hear ya.
How you doing?
Frank, meet Greg Bach, the new co-host of
Greg.
Nite Lite.
Hey there.
What is up?
What'd you say? You cut out there. What was that?
I said, what is up?
Nothing much, my friend. Welcome to the show.
You got Dom Lee here too. Uh-oh, did we lose him again?
Hello, Frank. Yeah, looks like we keep losing you, Frank.
Yeah, he might have to call in.
Okay.
You might have to call in. Let me.
You got me now? I'm sorry. I thought I had good internet at my house here, but I guess I don't, huh?
We can hear you pretty well, at least for now. But if that's easier than doing on camera, this was still better than phone. But it is.
Okay. You know, I think what's going on is my Ring doorbell keeps going off at my office, and I forgot to shut off my. I should put this on airplane mode, huh?
Real quick, Frank, just go click audio only to what you just what you did beforehand, and then that would be helpful. Perfect.
Got it.
Because you're still
Yeah,
in and we don't see it.
Okay.
All right, we're coming back in 15 seconds. 15
Awesome.
seconds.
Welcome back to Nite Lite. I'm Pete Schwaba. Joining me, as always, is Greg Bach and Dom Lee, holding down the fort in Madison, working the board, producing the show. We've got a great one tonight, folks. Martin Alvarado from the Madison Public Library will be here in hour 2 giving book recommendations. We're going to read your texts for our question of the night, which is, who is the most annoying voice in sports? Text line is ringing. Does it ring? I don't know. Off the hook. We'll read those after the top of the hour. But right now, I'm very excited to welcome our first guest of the night. He is a fan favorite and one of my favorites here at Nite Lite, and he joins us over the stream from Northeast Wisconsin, the legendary Mr. Frank Hermans. Hey, buddy.
Hola, it's the Frank man in brilliant Wisconsin. My home internet, I believe, is not as strong as it should be, but thanks for having me, Pete. Love doing your show, and love to talk about new stuff coming up.
Buddy, I'm telling you, any Frank is better than no Frank. And I love your website because I think I've told you this before. I was looking at your upcoming shows, and there's a moment where you run the cursor over some icon, and it's your laugh going, ha.
Yeah,
it scared the living daylights out of me today. I was not expecting that, but I love it.
Yeah, you just run it over my face, and it's kind of a funny story. 15 years ago, when I redid the website, it's been a long time. I need to do it, but the young lady who was helping me from PMI goes, "God, Frank, we need to put your laugh in there." I go, "Okay." I recorded it on her phone one time, and that was it.
If you're not expecting it, though, and you have your computer turns up, it can make you go a couple feet in the air. It really freaked me out today.
Yeah.
It's great to have you, buddy. So let's start. Let's do an icebreaker. Do you have a sports person or someone in that world, Frank, whose voice really annoys you, whether it's what they say or the way they say it or their actual voice?
Dick Vitale. That comes right to mind. Dick,
Wow.
I know. I got to tell you, baby, could he say it anymore, baby? You know, the Villanova Wildcats are great. I can't tell you that, but whoa, baby.
It's so accurate.
Man, if he was from Northeast Wisconsin, Frank, you'd have your next show there. That was pretty good.
Yeah, thanks, man. I tell you what.
You should just do that as an impression.
I should.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're talking from, there's another character who sounds just like this, and I'm trying to think who it is. Come on, Pete, help me.
It sounds like a Looney Tunes character.
Yeah.
Make sure you throw in plugs for Planet Fitness, Oberto Beef, and Hooters, too, while you're at it.
That's right, Dick. But I got to tell you, when that commercial came out, the first thing that came to mind was, he's still alive?
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's got to be.
Hey, he's cashing that check. He's cashing that check, baby.
Baby. Yeah. He's got that one glass eye that's always looking the other way.
He's a caricature of himself now. So let's start off, Frank, with your new show. I love the title. You have such great, well, I just want you to tell people about it because it's so funny. And it's a little heartfelt, too, because I miss the institution you're writing about. Tell us about Hello Shopko, or Hello Shopko, say hello to a goodbye.
Yeah, their tagline was, they had many taglines, but at the end it was say hello to a goodbye, but I spell it B-Y-E. Hello to a goodbye. Of course, Shopko Stores, that was our local mall in Wisconsin. 139 stores at one time, all the way out to Nebraska, 26 states. They started business in 1961, and in 2019, they closed 139 stores due to bankruptcy. They kept the Shopko optical stores going, but my memories are of the Shopko lady. In fact, Karen McDermott did a couple shows with her at St. Norbert College back in the day, and we have a character in the show who is the Shopko lady. We don't necessarily say it's Karen, but they're called the Shopko lady. And one of the things I did with this show is it's about a true story that really happened at Shopko store number 4, Green Bay East on Main Street. I'll divulge that story in a little bit, but one thing that we did with this show is it's like a Seinfeld episode. So I play Jerry and I talk like Jerry, and then we got Kramer's in the show, Elaine's in the show. So we do all the funny bits from Seinfeld based around Shopko store experience.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
It's funny, Frank, that you bring that up, that the show is based on that, because I watched a video the other day talking about the rise and fall, actually two of them, one about the rise and fall of Kmart and the other about the rise and fall of Sears. And it's weird because I can remember when Shopko, Kmart, and Sears were everywhere. And then one day they're just like, yeah, we're out of business now. Goodbye, everyone. Pack it on up. Everything's on sale. Goodbye. Done. That's it.
Well, it's funny you say that because, really the pandemic, really screwed retail. And Shopko closed its doors before the pandemic, which is ironic. And everybody else, hey, I just found this out, guys. There is one Kmart left, and it's in Hawaii. There is one Kmart left.
Wow.
But,
okay.
Whoa. All the stores, Montgomery Ward, Sears and Roebuck. I mean, the list goes on. Gimbals.
Gimbals.
Oh wow.
And we make fun make fun of that in the show. And one of the things we do make fun of is, in fact, it's an old joke. Macy makes fun of people who shop at Target. Target makes fun of people who shop at Shopko. Shopko makes fun of people who work at Fleet Farm. Fleet Farm makes fun of people who shop at the dollar store. Who does the dollar store make fun of? Goodwill?
I remember in Marinette at the dollar store like 5 years ago, I swear to God, I have this picture somewhere. Steaks, $2.
Oh, no.
I've been paying like $3 for my steaks like a sucker for the last 10 years. Frank, so I love where you come up with your ideas. They're so local and you really get people invested in the shows. And I want to say this, for those of you who, first of all, if you've never been to the Meyer Theater in Green Bay, it is a very special place. It's just this beautiful thing this beautiful theater right in downtown Green Bay. That's where most of Frank's shows are. And if you want a road trip, it's worth it because I went to Frank's Christmas show 2 years ago, brought the wife and kids. It was the perfect, Frank, that was so magical because it was like the Meyer Theater is the perfect place to have a Christmas show. It's a great theater. The show is great. I highly recommend, even if you know Shopko or just want a good laugh, it's worth a road trip to Green Bay.
Yeah, and it's funny that you talk about the Meyer Theater, built in 1930, opened up on Valentine's Day, and then in 1980 it became a triplex theater, and then it closed down for 10 years, and the pipes were bursting, and the Meyer Foundation came in, put $12 million into place. They ripped all the plaster off the walls. They found out that it was an old Mediterranean style look, and they kept that with the gold, embossing everywhere. And it was the last Fox theater built in 1930. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah.
My goodness. Oh,
yeah.
that sounds like a gorgeous, gorgeous place. There's nothing like old theaters. Like when when you're in Milwaukee, you go to the Pabst or the Riverside or the High Life Theater. Now it's called the High Life Theater, but you just walk in, you can feel the history, and you're like, I'm going to go see this band tonight, but who was playing 100 years ago? Because there was someone like Vaudeville was playing here 100 years ago. It's beautiful. It's like an old church.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny you say that because on that stage at the Meyer Theater, they had Johnny Cash back in the day. They did vaudeville. Yes, they did. They had the troops coming through. But then, the Depression hit and it closed down again in 1933 and it had to reopen again from community. Green Bay, the community seems to come with money, for the Packers or for a theater, and they kept this thing alive. We're one of the lucky ones. We've been at the Meyer Theater now 20 years. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
We're the main tenant. We do 80 shows a year there, and we produce and write 5 original comedy musicals, jukebox musicals. Like this show, Shopko, is based in the 70s, early 80s. So it's all great songs from David Bowie, from Diana Ross, from
nice.
What's that song we do? Tom sings. What's that song called? By McKinsey and anyway, my wife's in the room. I'm trying to get some information.
Also, the star of the show and a very talented Amy.
Yes, my wife, Hurricane Smith. In fact, I'm going to ask her to maybe sing harmony with me on a song. She's giving me the look, maybe not. So we'll see.
Oh, boy. She's like, honey, I'm cooking up these $2 steaks. What do you want me to do right now?
Our guest is Frank Hermans. He is a Green Bay theater legend. He writes original stuff and performs them at the Meyer Theater. Definitely worth checking out. Frank, you have another show coming up in May I wanted to ask you about because ever since I learned about the existence of this event that happened in the 60s, Sputnik, I've been fascinated by it. Part of a Soviet space, whatever crashed right outside an art museum in Manitowoc. They have Sputnik Fest every year. It's a blast. Tell us about the Sputnik landing in Manitowoc and what you did with that.
Yeah, Sputnik the Musical, I call it. And I actually wrote this show during COVID, and we were supposed to premiere it in Manitowoc and got shut down. So we did it to a sparse crowd at the Meyer Theater, and I thought I'd bring it back. It's the true, unabridged, fictional story of Sputnik. So in 1966, 13 pounds of the first satellite, Sputnik, fell on 8th Street in Manitowoc, and two policemen noticed that they noticed the small explosion and that the road was hot, and they're like, what is this? And there's actually a spot on the road they have marked on 8th Street. This is where Sputnik fell. Well, it was a huge news story. It was national headlines. The Russians wanted it back, but it was just a pile of sludge. And in fact, the actual piece of Sputnik is in Chicago, I believe, at the art museum, and they made a recreation of it that's on display at the Rars Museum in Manitowoc. So I wrote a fictional story, and I got all the great characters. JFK plays the mayor of Manitowoc. He talk, John F. He's not his name's not John F. Kennedy, but he has that accent. And then we have Marilyn Monroe as one of the characters, and then the two police officers. You remember that police show? Herman Munster was in the show. Fred Gwynn. And
Car 54. Where are you?
54. So my two police characters are those guys. And it just talks about the life and times. And then Boris and Natasha Fatal from Bullwinkle are in the show, and they're coming. They come to get the Sputnik back because there's a secret in there that the Soviets, the mother country, wants back. It's just a hilarious show with great music from the 50s and 60s.
That sounds amazing. That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, it's a hoot.
Yeah.
Sorry, Greg. Okay, so if you want to see the Sputnik show, Sputnik the Musical in Manitowoc, that's May 14th. Shopko, Say Hello to a Goodbye at the Meyer Theater, April 9th through the 26th. You've got those shows. I have to ask you, Frank, we have to do a break, and then I want to ask you about another show after a quick break. But right now, I texted you this a couple weeks ago. Have you seen Epic yet, the Elvis movie?
It's funny that you say that. We were going to go one day. I was going to go with my buddy Paul, who's a Neil Diamond impersonator, and I didn't, but I hear it's fantastic. I guess I'm going to have to wait for it to come out in prime. You see it?
I did, and I would say if you can find a theater that still has it, and I told Greg this recently, I never understood, like I know he's Elvis, he's iconic, and he's just this legendary guy, and I love when you sing his songs, and I like his songs a lot, but I never really understood why he was so great until I saw this movie, because it's just him performing with his band and his backup singers, and you really see what a talented musician he is and what a performer he is. The guy just does not stop moving. So I would love to talk to you after you see it, but we're going to do a very short break. Frank Hermans is here, folks. His show, Say Hello to a Goodbye, about the closing of the Shopko store is kind of sad, but as Frank always does, it'll be hilarious and great music. That's at the Meyer Theater, April 9th through the 26th. We'll talk to Frank about a few more things coming up after this very short break. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach on the Civic Media Network.
Help him bring that thing in. It's heavy.
Right.
Oh.
I have a couple panels.
Well, he's got to take down.
We're live, Frank, just to let you know.
Yeah.
On the stream, anyway. We're on a break on the radio, but we're live on the stream.
So we should talk with us instead of me talking to my kids.
Listen, if you want to put the moves on your wife during a break.
Okay, all right. We're still FCC compliant. Just stop it. Just, good Lord.
You can't say put the moves on? Come on.
Well, you can say it, but just.
Okay. I gotcha. Well, my wife, muy bonita, which means.
Oh.
Yes, she is.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
Very
she's
nice.
a great performer. She sings some great songs in this show. She does a song. It's actually one of my favorite songs by Cher. Take Me Home. Do you remember that? Take me home. Take me home. Do you remember that one?
Yes, I do.
She sings it better than I do.
Listen, let's talk about your Elvis and Reba show coming up too. But if there's anything else you want us to mention, we can go there first. So you just let us know.
If you want to mention this show, Shopko, Say Hello to Goodbye, is actually based on a true story. I can say it in like a minute. Tell what the story is.
Beautiful. All right, we'll do that when we come
back. About
back.
Elvis and Reba and all that. We got a bunch of shows coming up.
Okay. Beautiful.
This is kind of cool, like doing this instead of being in the studio. I like it.
We just got to find a way for you to sing or have your guitar next time, maybe, if you want to.
I can sing. I'm right here.
Yeah. All right. We'll line that next time.
Well,
we'll
I was going to say, I don't know if we have enough time if we could do it in the 14, but yeah.
No problem.
Frank,
Can you hear it?
Sorry, go ahead.
What, it's
Yeah.
Golden years. Oh, wop, wop.
I love it.
oh my gosh.
That's actually awesome for the secret show during the breaks here that only people that stream can hear it. That's kind of fun. Hey, I want to ask you too. We're probably going to do a screening of The Godfather of Green Bay at the Tarleton, and your name came up, and Tarl was like, "Do you think Frank would host a Q&A after the show?"
For sure.
Can you do that with your Meyer agreement, or?
Yeah, I can do whatever I want, dude.
Nice.
They don't have exclusivity of this cat.
Must be
You
nice.
can't tie me down performance wise.
Exactly.
All right, guys, we have about 30 seconds. 30
Okay.
seconds.
Take me home. Wanna feel you close to me.
Love it. Well done, Tom. Hey, welcome back to Nite Lite. I'm Pete Schwaba. Sitting across the state from me is Greg Bach, who is, you're not playing the drums, Greg. I always worry when you're not drumming that something's amiss. There we go. Okay, he's good. All is good in the world. Frank Hermans is with us, folks. He is the legendary Frank Hermans, founder of Let Me Be Frank Productions, and very prolific playwright and performer and great singer. He joins us periodically here on Nite Lite. If you listen, you know that. He is with us via the stream from Northeast Wisconsin. We were talking about his show that opens April 14th called Say Hello to a Shopko. Hello, Shopko. Say hello to a goodbye. It's from April 9th through the 26th at the Meyer. It's going to be a great show. Frank, you told us during the break that's based on a true story.
Yeah, back in 1982, my brother had a couple hoodlum friends, and the Nintendos had just come out. Nintendos were really hot. And back then, there was no cameras or security in these Shopko stores. So what these kids did is they hid in the clothing racks. And when Shopko locked up, they stole or took all the Nintendos, okay? They took all the Nintendos from the store. When they got there, they were all gone. And the only reason why they got caught is they sold them to their friends for $75 because they were $150 at the time.
Yes, they were. Yep.
And the kid, the mom comes into his room and says, "Hey, we can't afford that. Where'd you get that?" Well, he narked the kid out, and they got busted. I'm not naming names, but this is a true story. It happened at Green Bay East, 1982. They stole all the Nintendos, but they were busted and did some juvie.
Whoa.
I remember when I was a kid, like, oh, he went to juvie. Oh, wow. What did he do? Stole Nintendos.
What is the statute of limitations on stealing video games? But if you already did the time, I guess. That's hilarious.
I mean,
I'm sure both are upstanding citizens to this day.
oh my goodness, that sounds absolutely amazing. They stayed in until that is gutsy to me. Like that's not just saying like on a Saturday night, let's do it. That's planning. That's a heist. That's a heist.
Premeditated, yeah.
If you remember in Shopko, they had the circular racks with the clothes around, and you could actually, my wife remembers hiding in between those racks, and mom couldn't find her. So it's a true that they did this, and nobody noticed them, and there was no. The only security system they had at Shopko was they would say, "Mr. Roberts." That meant loss prevention. That someone was stealing something. There was no cameras. It was a prime time to steal back then.
I missed my window, damn it.
Man, I was such a good kid back then. I was just hiding in those clothes, waiting for my mom to find me. Then you heard those words, "Will a Gregory Bach please come to the front? Your mother is waiting for you." Like, oh, I'm in trouble now. I was trying to be whimsical.
Yeah. Yes.
Frank, before we let you go, you've got another show. I love when you do the Elvis Reba and your kind of tribute to these famous great singers. You did it in Marinette. twice in the last year, which was fantastic. You're performing. I love the name of this. Meets Opera House. Where is that?
Okay, Meets Opera House is an old hall that was built in the 1920s for polka bands in a place called St. Nazian, Wisconsin.
Oh, nice.
St. Nazian was the home of JFK Prep and the most prolific basketball scorer in Wisconsin state history, Steve Crowley, played there in the 80s. It closed in 1982, but this hall is still there. And I was just dropping off a poster, driving through Valders. I thought, let's go through St. Nazian. And the mom of the owner is the season ticket holder. And she said, you want to see our hall? I walked back there. It fits about 250. We walked back there. I go, hey, we should do a show here. And well, we did Elvis and Reba 2 weeks ago, and now we're coming back May 8th. I'm actually bringing Neil Diamond along and George Jones and Sharon. So, yeah, we're doing a show there.
All right, that's awesome. May 8th. You got tons of chances to see Frank and his band of all-stars. May 8th at Meets Opera House in how do you say that again?
Nazias.
Okay, Nazias. And then
you've
got
plural, but it doesn't spell that way or sound that way.
Yeah,
the spelling of that town is off-putting at best.
Yes.
Yeah. Hello Shopko, say goodbye to a goodbye is at the Meyer Theater April 9th through the 26th. And then you've got Sputnik the musical, and you're performing that in Manitowoc, which is fun, on May 14th.
Actually, we're actually going to be performing that at the Meyer Theater, but in the small backstage. It's dinner theater. We're going back to our roots, how we started dinner theater back in 2000 at the Sports Corner in the SC Grand. So intimate show. We can only fit 150 folks a night. There's 6 shows. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday matinee, Saturday night, and then Sunday matinee. Dinner and a show and Sputnik right in your face.
Oh my God, I love it, dude! You are the best. Thank you so much for being with us on the stream tonight. Now you can say whatever you want to Amy once you're off the air. We hope things are well and good on the home front.
Did you hear her laugh? She did. She heard you, but you did hear the laugh. We're on our way to.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I said we're on our way to rehearsal after this.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Well, say goodbye to, or say hello to I'm getting your titles mixed up. Say hello to everyone in the family and with Let Me Be Frank Productions. Always a blast, pal. Come back anytime.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You got it.
That's you too, Frank, man. Take it easy. Have a great night.
Oh, that was fun.
All right. Well, before we get out of here, that was amazing. He's got to come back, and I want him to talk about his history because I feel like that is an amazing lineup. There's so many shows, and as you said, they just sell out. Like people are just enjoying them so much. I can't wait to have him back. But before we get out of here, we're going to take a really quick moment to get some snacks, get some hydration. We've got the news coming up. Don't forget, this is your last chance, last moment to text in BIRD, B-I-R-D, for the Break into Spring Text to Win multi-state contest. Your chance to win $200 today and possibly win a Verlo mattress set. But you got to text the word in right now via the Civic Media app. BIRD is the word, B-I-R-D. When we come back, we'll be talking about the question of the night, and Dom has a story as well. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on Civic Media. Stay tuned and stay close.
Alrighty.
Oh, darn it, Jim. Call back, Jim. Jim doesn't call often. He texts a lot, which is great. I love Jim from Brookfield. St. Nazian's, just look that up once and look at the spelling. Yeah. It's very weird.
No, I drive by it all the time, and I never knew how to say it. I'm going to try to pull these texts off the text line so they're more accessible. Do you guys hear that, too, when we have a guest sometimes on StreamYard? When you talk, they get cut out somehow?
That was, I think there was something going on with his audio. This was an example, I think, what Jamie was talking about with regard to the other thing. But we can talk about that later.
Because that's happened before, too. Okay.
Yeah. Really? I've never noticed that. I've noticed, it's just sometimes there's bad connections, too, I guess. But
it's not often, but it is a thing. And you really got to be careful, or I always used to anyway when I talk, just to make sure they were done. All right. So, a lot of text. That's awesome.
I don't know much, but I know I love you. That song's in my head a lot, everybody.
Yeah, what is that?
That's
Is
Aaron
that
Neville
what
and Linda Ronstadt.
Yeah.
And that may be all I need to know.
Great tune.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. When you're a kid and you hear that, you're like, ugh, dumb. And then as you get older, you're like, this song's amazing. It's so good. My appreciation for pop music in the last 15 years has skyrocketed. Like, I didn't mind pop music, but now, like, I get fiercely defensive about what can be seen as the most bubblegum pop if the song is, like, solid and the lyrics are good. I'm like, don't hate it because it's pop. Just you don't have to you don't have to listen to it. You're fine.
Right.
But it's not for you. Deal with it.
Exactly. I'm with you. Maybe. Thank you for putting that in my head now too.
Yeah, I've never heard of that song. That is
Google.
Google.
Oh, I had to know that song, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Whoa.
Do we have a lot of text on the text line that aren't?
We only had a few, I think.
Okay.
Afraid to. I don't know what that.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's something we should also talk about. We can come back and talk about the opportunity to get an extra entry. That's something they can do as well. So when they, I'll talk about it on the other side when we come back, and I'll bring us. I'll
bring us back, and then
I'll take care of hour 2.
Okay.
I don't know much, but I know I hear you.
Oh, yeah, not as many. Okay.
All I need to know.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay, we'll miss you.
I'm gonna sob. So sad.
Okay. I'm going to go use the restroom real quick. Everybody on the live stream, you just got to hear that too. You're welcome. Be right back.
Alrighty. Live stream is just me. Just me. That's it. Just me? Okay, not anymore.
Trying to make sense of the world? You've got Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach.
Call our toll-free number now.
Headlines, culture, and real conversation.
And now, our feature presentation.
Here's Pete and Greg.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. We are here with you for one more hour. Thank you so much for being our friends, our buddies, our pals, hanging out with us. If you want to be part of the conversation, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on the live stream. We are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. We are also here for you. We got a great show still ahead. The hour is packed with great stuff. We're going to be speaking to Martin Alvarado. He's a community engagement librarian for business and technology at the Central Library in Madison. That is a big business card right there. He'll be talking about his book picks as well as some great stuff happening at the library because it is National Library Week. And then we will be closing it all out with the nightcap here because we get fancy at the end of the show. Really quick, folks, if you had a chance to take part in the Break into Spring Text to Win multi-state contest, great. You still have one more opportunity in the 7 o'clock hour this evening, and then the whole thing starts again in the morning at 7 a.m. with a brand new keyword throughout the day. You can enter 7 times in that day. Really quick, though, I noticed someone put this up here, and I'm glad they did. I can't remember who posted it. It was somebody on the text line. It was Bob on Wisconsin's East Coast listening WAUK. If you text in and you get something back from us that asks you to do something like maybe subscribe to a newsletter or sign up for, sign up for our like a local newsletter or the Civic Media newsletter or something in that vein, that is a chance to get an extra entry into the Break into Spring Text to Win contest. So you see that come through. It'll happen once, period, not every day or every time you enter. But once throughout the whole 2-week process, you will get one chance to get one extra entry. Go ahead, click through that, get that extra entry, and you are good to go. But again, thanks to everyone who took part last hour. Another one coming up at 7 p.m., and we'll be good to go. So, guys, I feel like that was a really good first hour.
That was fun. Frank Herman is always a blast.
Frank just brings the thunder. He just brings it so much. So I'm raring to go for the second hour. I think it's time, everybody, to restate the question of the night, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the question.
Okay, question.
Question.
Pregunta.
Question.
Question.
Hey, I have a question. Questions?
This question.
Domanda.
Question.
Questions.
Who is the most... We should do it together in stereo. You do it. It's your question. Your question. Go ahead.
Who is the most annoying voice in sports? It could be, like we said earlier, it could be an athlete, it could be an announcer, a fan, someone their either voice is grating or what they say. Voice can be taken many different ways. So be part of the fun, folks. Tell us who the most annoying voice in sports is as far as you're concerned. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. You can also text us on the app, or if you're watching us on the stream at YouTube, Facebook, or X Twitter, drop us a stream comment and be part of the show. Always more fun when you guys participate. And as you know, you can always weigh in on anything we're talking about.
So we pose a question every night here on the show.
Yeah.
And we get great engagement on the text line, on the live stream, on Facebook. It's wonderful. I don't, personally, this is me, I have not seen this much engagement on a question yet. Usually get between 10, 15, maybe 20. We've got like nearly 3 dozen. So people have opinions.
Yes.
Who do you have on the text line who wanted to voice their opinion on the most annoying voice in sports?
Well, why don't we do this? Since we have so many on social media, we can jam through these and then just go through social media. David in Richland Center says Troy Aikman. I kind of agree with that. In fact, he bothers me more than Joe Buck. I know a lot of Packer fans don't like that tandem. I've come around on Joe Buck. I don't mind Joe Buck. I think Troy Aikman is pretty annoying, though. 715 says, I'm driving. All right, be careful, 715.
All right, good. All right. Okay.
920, annoying sports voice. Any male with a feminine tone.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what to make of that.
I don't know what that means. Can you provide an example?
Yeah, please. Or
My
just
goodness.
a general whatever. 920, John in Oshkosh says, Stephen A. Smith is like nails on a chalkboard. That's my guy, too. I have a lot of trouble listening to him.
Yeah, I can't stand listening to him talk ever, whether he wants to talk about sports or politics or his hot takes on feminism, you name it. Anytime he talks, I am out.
He's that guy, Greg, that like, I don't like the sound of his voice and I don't like what he says. He's just annoying and even more annoying than Skip Bayless. And how you achieve that, I have no idea. But he does.
Congratulations, Mr. Smith. You're worse than Bayless. All right.
No kidding.
We got to see here. We got anybody else on the live stream or on the text line? I think that's about it for folks on that one, but we have a lot on the Facebook page here. Rockers says Collinsworth. That's one more for Colin. We got Stu. You already said yours. Rich Locasio, our coworker here at Civic Media. Joe Buck by far.
Okay.
We ate a lot of those.
Yep. I don't know what Chad's trying to get a hold of here, but that's fine. Eric on the Facebook says Skip Bayless. I feel it's a cast of usual suspects here. Sean says Gronk, Collinsworth top my list. On a positive note, I could listen to Al Michaels or Kevin Harlan call a pickleball match. Yeah, I used pickleball as the example. Not gonna go to confession either. Well, I mean, it's not like you're making a highly controversial statement there. It's pickleball. Everyone plays it. So so that's from Sean. Ian goes on and says, wow. Stephen A. Smith, Colin Cowherd. I like that one. That was very good.
He's bad too.
Is that a different person? I thought he was making fun of Chris Collinsworth.
No, Colin Cowherd. He has this show where he calls his followers the herd, and he's just very condescending. And it's like, dude, it's sports. It's not important. Calm down.
He also says Skip Bayless. Chicken or the egg photography. Good plug. Chris Collinsworth, hands down. And that's actually Brian says Chris Collinsworth. And let's see anybody else here. We got some Aikmans here. Got Aikman. Oh, who else there? Rob up in Tigerton says Joe Buck, Troy Aikman. So there's that one right there. Matt says Rob Gronkowski. I don't mind Gronk. I like him. He's got an energy that I enjoy.
Yeah. I've come around on him a little bit. He said a lot of dumb things earlier in his career. Nothing hateful or anything, but he's just kind of a knucklehead, and that's probably what makes him such a great football player.
Apparently, he got almost into a fist fight with a Paul brother. I don't know which one Paul, the blonde, dumb one. So take your pick.
Both of them, yeah. Logan. I think it was Logan, by the way.
Logan, is he the more successful one? Is he the one who doesn't get punched on Netflix for a living?
Yes.
Okay,
correct.
thank you.
I would love to see Gronk just take both their heads like Mo and like clunk them together and have
that old timey clunk.
Hey, what's the idea?
Ben says Chris Russo. I don't know who that is. So okay, by the way, I don't know a lot. I know the top tier people. So your Bucks, your Aikmans. I know.
Sure.
I don't know who Chris Russo is.
I was looking for that one too. We've got Robert, who is our favorite nightlight opera singer, says Trump.
Okay.
He's a great athlete. You got to admit.
Now I don't like this one. Jimmy Koska, our buddy, sports guy here. He calls all the sports, does all the high school sports. He's a wonderful guy, coworker, He says probably me, to be honest. No. I don't like that, Jimmy Koska. Believe in yourself.
Yeah,
believe in yourself.
He has got a fantastic voice.
Plus, he speaks about high school sports with the passion and enthusiasm of the professional commentators. He is so into it and loved it so much. I will not take this kind of naysaying about yourself, Jimmy Koska. I will not.
I'm with you. I love Jimmy, and he's long overdue to be back on this show too. So, did you get Heidi's comment, Adam Coco?
No, I didn't see that one. No, okay, Adam Coco. Who is that?
I don't know who that is. I clicked like because I don't know any better. But
I think it's just someone I think it's someone she knows. She tagged him to like say, hey, you should take a look too. RC Martin says the armchair analyst friends we all have, the couch coach, the coach of the special teams in his dreams, the Ottoman linesman. My God, that's amazing, RC. I just want to frame that and put that on the wall somewhere as one of the greatest comments ever.
That's awesome, Rob.
Way to go, RC.
Martin. Great stuff. PG, did you get him, Greg? Stephen A. Smith, PG Hafman?
No, I didn't. There's another one for Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah,
I don't know who. DP says Lisa Byington. I don't know who that is either. So
I don't know who that is. Did you get Mike Desatel?
I did not, no.
Okay, he says, I'm not sure I dislike any of their voices, but I cringe when sportscasters fall into a pattern of saying the same hackneyed phrases such as, he's one of the best in the league. Duh, of course, that's why he's on the team, you idiot. Or telling me what college player attended, or telling me what college a player attended after he's been in the NFL for 10 years. Who the heck cares? Stuff like that. That was very comprehensive.
Hey,
Thank
you know
Mike.
that running back, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
He's
very
good.
fast.
I'm going to go ahead and say he's a good player, everybody. I'm here. I'm making $10 million a year to talk in a suit. That's too big. All right. Welcome to Fox NFL. Robert on the text line listening on WMDX says, Jim Rome, exclamation point, exclamation point. I remember when that guy was around in the very beginning. Like, I feel like he was, correct me if I'm wrong, was he one of the first to kind of pioneer this whole new thing of like, I'm not just calling the game, I am the game. And he just like, he is the attention. It's not really what he's talking about. You're paying attention to Jim Rome. Or I might be thinking about somebody else, but I feel like he's one of those guys who just, it didn't matter what he was talking about. You were there to listen to him.
I think that's right. And I think he was like one of the first, he was like clickbait before there was clickbait. Like he would say outrageous things. He picked a fight more or less, or was controversial and kind of in quarterback Jim Everett's face, who ripped the table up and went after him. Like he really got under people's skin. Yeah.
He called him Chris Everett. That's right. I just watched that video the other day.
His kid went to Madison and graduated with my son, and his kid's supposedly a great guy. And Jim Rome is, look, say what you want about him. The guy found out some kind of niche and crushed it.
Yep,
but
absolutely.
And he had four TV shows too. Apparently, Jim Rome
at the same time.
No, all throughout the years. But it's kind of crazy.
He would challenge his listeners, and he would say, "Have a take." And if the take wasn't properly worded or didn't have enough chutzpah behind it, or what, he would call them out on it. Like he challenged his listeners and got in their faces, so to speak.
So he would hold his listeners to a standard of professional commentators that they would not have because they are not professional commentators. They're on a national show talking to a guy they like, and he's going to sit there and be mean to them. What a good dude. What a good dude.
Exactly right.
Yeah. It worked for him. I will say that.
Yeah, I guess he's richer than I am.
Oh, Chad Friend. He's been on the show before. Pete Schwaba. He always just answers Pete Schwaba, and he thinks he's funny.
I don't know why he does that.
I think he needs a new premise. The Schwaba thing has been done to death. Let's move on.
Yeah. Do you know? Hey, Chad, you ever heard the joke, women be shopping? I mean, try that one out for a while. See what happens there. John also goes on to say, he says, Aikman and Joe Buck are the worst, but Sean comes in and says, I don't understand the Aikman and Buck hate. Steeler fan here, and I've never heard anything overly partial out of either of them, and they generally call a pretty good game. I'm sure there are a lot of Packer fans who fiercely disagree with you.
They do not like those two guys. I don't know if you got this guy either. One of my favorite rock rap artists from Green Bay, Matt Harper, says Rob Gronkowski. So I think we got them all, Greg.
I think we got them all. Thank you so much, everybody. Do you have, really quick, before we got it really quick, Tom, anybody for you?
Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, I definitely.
There you go.
Definitely, without a doubt. Not a big
well, he might be President Smith in a few years. So there you go. All right, we're going to get on out of here. But when we come back, don't go anywhere. Producer Dom is going to tell us a small story, not a small story, a big story about a big product that he tried recently. So don't go anywhere. And if you're hungry, bring those napkins, tuck them in, and get ready to feast on some stories here on Civic Media. You're listening to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. Stay tuned and stay close.
I'm gonna run to you, run to you, run to you, woman, I will.
I'm gonna run to you, run to you.
Are you the not YouTube fan, Greg?
No, I love you too. I've seen them 3 times.
Same.
Same. I saw them at the Bradley Center, and I saw them at Soldier Field, and then I saw Bono and the Edge on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in 2009 at the Obama inauguration weekend. Nice. I actually saw, I guess I could say I saw Bruce Springsteen too.
He was there?
Yeah, I always forget about that.
They played together, right? Didn't they play? I've seen that on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Streets Have No Name, maybe?
I was there for that. I was there for that whole weekend. It was amazing.
Wow, I'm envious.
Yeah.
That
and
is
actually,
cool.
What's really freaky weird is that, so I worked on the Obama election in 2008, and when we were done, we got invited to D.C. to see the inauguration, and then we got invited to what was called the staff ball, which was the staff only, and then our dates, and it was at the Armory, and we're there, and we're watching, and all, they're having their speeches, it's great, and we look over during the break, and I'm like, is that Arcade Fire? And it was the Arcade Fire playing on the right side, and we're like, oh my gosh, they really sprung for it, and then the Obamas come out and say, thank you very much. We got to go back to bed. And we got a long day tomorrow and blah, blah, blah. Got to be president and whatnot. And they said, just want to say thank you for all the work you did. And as our way of appreciation, we just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, Jay-Z. And Jay-Z played a 90-minute concert for us. Whoa. It was a full band, 90 minutes. We went from suited people like, oh, the Obamas are here, this is so amazing, to like, yeah, 99 problems.
What a switch.
It was so fun. Gosh, wow. That was a fun weekend. Fun weekend. Well, I'm out of stuff to talk about, so I'm going to go.
Stick around, Greg. Come on.
Okay, you've convinced me.
Don't saddle me with this.
It's the super secret, super fun secret show. Upbeat and fun. So.
You got to put all that on there now. Every time we add something, it's just going to get longer and longer and longer. So.
Super secret sauce happy. Yeah.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach here on the Civic Media Network. You are listening to us live and in charge. I'm coming to you live from Radio Park in Racine. Pete is with me all across the state in Marinette, Wisconsin, and making the jaunt to Madison is Dom Lee on the boards, or as one of our listeners, Brett, calls it, the Yaderhe Triangle. So we thank you so much for being with us tonight. Still ahead, we're going to be talking to Community Engagement Librarian for Business and Technology at the Central Library in Madison, Mr. Martin Alvarado will be back here talking about his book picks as well as National Library Week, so don't go anywhere. And don't go anywhere once the show is done, because in the 7 o'clock hour, you will have another chance to get a keyword for the Break into Spring Text to Win multi-state contest. So don't go anywhere. Get that Civic Media app ready to go, and you'll get that keyword, enter in to win $200 and a chance to win a mattress set from Verlo. So stick around. Good luck. If you don't have the app, got to download the app. Download it right now and be ready. So I feel like, Pete, we've been talking about this we talked about this for a few days a couple weeks ago with regard to a brand new food product coming from one of America's most beloved fast food restaurants, maybe America's first fast food restaurant. Let me look at, hold on. They're called McDonald's. And we talked about it in
McDonald's family in high school. I worked there.
Really? Get out of my face. I'm Burger King, baby.
Whoa, dude, it's on. We got to do something with that.
Yeah, we definitely have to do something with that. We'll compare stories. I'll tell you how the Whopper used to be an actual Whopper. Now it just looks like a burger. So we talked about a brand new food product, and we kind of said, all right, whatever. I didn't have a chance or desire to try it. Pete, I don't think you have tried it yet, but our very own producer, Mr. Domle in Madison, tried the Big Arch.
It's true. It's true. And I have a little story to tell as well, because
oh boy,
last week we were talking about it, and I decided after the show that I'm going to get the Big Arch burger.
Did you submit your receipt for reimbursement?
No, I did not.
That's research, buddy.
That's
no,
research.
I missed out on that.
Write that off on taxes.
Oh, okay. But anyways, I was going.
Tom's accountant says, seriously? Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Anyways, yes, I was going, and it turns out that they didn't have the Arch burger the first time I went. So I missed out on that. The day after, they also didn't have the Arch burger. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to a different I don't know what was going on. Greg has a question.
Were they out of it, or they just forget? Because I feel like the things that go into the Big Arch are standard. Like, it's not special order.
Well,
so therefore...
it must have been. They said we don't have that anymore. So I was like, okay, all right. It was late, so I got the benefit of the doubt. But after the third time, they finally had it. And let me just say, this is the best burger I've ever had in my life.
Whoa!
The best. I promise.
Really quick follow up, Dom. When does the McDonald's check clear? Did they Venmo you to say that, or did they they pay you in arches and Big's arches?
Yeah, every single time. You say, I'll give you Zelle.
What is it?
Okay.
What is it about it?
Well, first of all, before you say that, I want what is it again? It's basically a Big Mac. It's a double quarter pounder with cheese, but with more cheese, a different bun, different sauces.
New sauce.
It's basically
Big
like
Arch sauce.
Big Arch.
Okay. It's Thousand Island with pickles. All right, it's fine. Okay, so walk us through this.
Well, I'm a hungry man. I came home after a show. I was like, I need the biggest burger I've ever had in my life, and it turns out it worked so well. I had a terrible stomach ache around 11:30 at night.
But it was worth it.
I walk with a limp now. I don't get it, but it was worth it.
The Big Arch flattened my arches on my feet. It's weird. So you liked it.
I did. And it could have been because I was really hungry, but I don't think so because I've had a Big Mac, and it's different. I love the new Big Arch sauce. That's why I like it.
What's the Big Arch sauce?
I'm not too... It's mustard and pickle. It's like a mustard and pickle mesh.
So it's essentially the opposite, like the mirror opposite of the secret sauce, which is essentially Thousand Island, which is mayo, ketchup, and pickle.
Exactly right.
So really quick... Oh, wow. Okay. All right. We definitely have a fan in Dom.
Someone's making a run after the show again, I think.
Well, okay. So, Pete, I think we need to do another experiment because science is driven by data. Correct.
Yeah.
Right? It's driven by data.
Well, or alternative facts. Either way.
Okay. Uncle Gary. I think what we need to do a series of 3 tests. So you did the first time, but you were hungry and it was late.
True.
And you liked it.
And you got sick.
And you got sick.
Yeah.
I think you need to have it at a lunchtime hour when you're not hungry, but you're like, it's time for lunch. I'm going to grab a Big Arch. And then I want to know that. And then I want a third for control. So so that's what I need from you.
Okay.
Within the next week or so is
Hold on. We don't need Dom running to the latrine, during the show either. That's my own.
I'm not saying do it now or during the show. I'm not saying eat the
if
burger
he
during
before.
Well, that's fine. I mean, you know your body better than I do, and thank God for that. But I'm just saying I think we need some more data because if you were leery on why you liked it, then I think we need to understand it more with more evidence and data.
Here's what I think. Here's what I'm hearing. My alma mater, McDonald's, my place of employment, where I made $3.35 an hour, and when I went in for a review, they bumped me a nickel for being a go-getter. I think... and nothing personal to you, Greg. I know you weren't involved in the creative side of the Burger King family, but McDonald's is still out there putting out new product that Dom is eating at an alarming rate.
Loving.
I just had the brand new Texas Whopper from Burger King when I was in Arizona last week. So don't talk to me about Burger King dropping the ball. They carry the scepter, baby.
We've got a horse in the race, folks. We'll do some kind of compare and contrast here one of these days.
All right, folks, when we come back, we will be talking to Martin Alvarado from the Madison Library, the Central Library in Madison, about his book picks as well as National Library Week. So don't go anywhere, folks. Stay tuned, stay close. You're listening to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. Bye.
It's all I can do.
Ooh, John from Oshkosh with the heat.
I know.
Right,
I
gotta
was going to
go
try to
grab
squeeze that
Martin.
in.
I didn't even see. I'm sorry. We can squeeze that in at the nightcap.
Yeah. And we got a couple Sydney ones too. What did you say,
Yes.
Dom? You're leaving?
No. Oh, you think he's setting up Martine?
Oh. I knew his name was Martine, but I got inside my own head and I'm like, no, you thought it was Martine. It's Martin.
It's he said he's fine with either.
Okay.
So I think I heard him say Martine, so I just
That makes me want to get it right even more.
Same here.
Since he's so cool.
Tell me what you think about this. Okay, so you've hosted comedy shows, And it doesn't matter. Like I think people will automatically hook this to ethnicity or place of origin with regard to their culture, but that's not the case. I mean, whether it's a Polish last name or a Middle Eastern last name, people have last names that can be difficult to pronounce. Yeah. And I would have these people who would say, "Oh, it doesn't matter how you say my name," and I would always say, "Yes, it is important. It's your name, and it's your brand. Like, it's your brand for the people to see. I don't want to mispronounce it and look like a schmuck, but also it's your name, so don't say it's okay, whatever. Insist we pronounce it correctly. That's our jobs as producers and hosts."
It's almost kind of like a lack of confidence. Like, oh, I don't even deserve to be here. Call me whatever you want. That's how I always interpreted it.
I always see it from a frustration standpoint. It's like watching people try to successfully navigate their last names. And sometimes, I mean, I've gotten them wrong. I definitely have. And I have apologized and I've corrected myself. But I just think that, I personally believe that you should never just say, it doesn't matter how you pronounce it. No, it's your name.
Yeah.
So speaking of someone with a name, welcome back, Martine. How are you this evening?
You're muted.
Weather.
Oh, there we go. Say again.
There we go. Sorry, totally on me.
Doing great. Enjoying the weather out there. So anyone who can get out there before it gets cold again, because it's just ideal. And just one of the benefits of the weather being so crazy this day and age.
Absolutely. Hey, Dom, really quick, in the time we, excuse me, is it possible to turn the TV on behind Martine? Thank you. What is happening right now? I didn't eat sand.
Oh, that's right. You're in studio. That's awesome.
The sound quality should be much better. In fact, it is.
You sound great.
It's fantastic. It sounds great. So you know how it works. We'll get the show reintroduced. We will introduce you correctly, all the things. We'll give you your title, and then we will go right into National Library Week, and we should be good to go.
And just, I didn't send this in the notes because I compiled it today. I looked at all the stations that broadcast this show, and I found their local libraries. And since we're going to be talking about events, I picked out the things that stood out to me the most as to what each of those local libraries is doing as far as like just regular events that they offer to the community and their patrons.
Look at you. Love that. Well, I'll tell you what. Well, so I'll lead it into National Library Week, and I'll kind of just let you go from there, and you can weave it into those libraries then, and I'll let you do that. And then we'll go into the book picks, and we should be great.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Perfect. All right.
Is it possible to be so warm that you get a headache?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to go, not go home now, but like when I get home, I'm just going to get in like a t-shirt and some PJ shorts because it is so warm in this room. Oh my goodness gracious.
You need to do like a cold plunge or something.
Oh, you mean just sit in a tub of cold water? That wasn't directed towards you. That wasn't directed towards you, Pete. I'm sorry. That wasn't, it's just, I was watching a commercial the other day and it was for like a spa thing. And it was like, come to our spa and get the massage and blah, blah, blah. And then they like jumped into a big tin bucket of cold water. I'm like, how much does that cost? How much does that cost?
People swear, it's not something I would ever do.
Yeah.
People swear by it that do it. I've put my face in ice water in the morning, and that actually feels great for like 30 seconds. You do it like 3 times, but a whole body thing, I think I don't know if I have the stomach.
I just don't. To me, it goes back to the whole thing is like you were taking a bunch of water and you're monetizing it. You can go home and do that. Like you can like buy a big tub, put it in your backyard. You can do it yourself. You don't have to pay probably hundreds of dollars.
Right.
It's ridiculous to me.
All right, guys, 20 seconds.
All right, 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. My name is Greg Bach here in Radio Park in Racine. Across the state from me in Marinette, Wisconsin is Mr. Pete Schwaba. And completing the Yader Triangle all the way in Madison is Mr. Dom Lee on the 1s and 2s. You can always be part of the conversation by calling or texting. It's the same number, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Leave a comment on the live stream. We are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, and the platform we still call Twitter. Still have time to get your answer in for our question of the night, which is, who is the most annoying voice in sports? It could be a sportscaster. It can be an athlete. It could be the guy sitting next to you when you watch golf. It can be anything you want. Give us a call. Give us a text. Let us know who is the most annoying voice in sports.
But it is not Jimmy Kuska.
It's not Jimmy Kuska. No.
And it's not.
I hope Jimmy Kuska's listening to this, or someone sends this to Jimmy Kuska, because
I'll send it to him.
He's got a great voice and he's a great man. So believe in yourself,
Agreed.
Jimmy. I believe in you. And don't forget to close out the show tonight. We are going to be doing the Nite Lite, or nightcap. I just totally screwed up. Good Lord. The nightcap. It's the way we close out the show, folks. But without any further ado, let us go to our second guest of the evening. He is the Community Engagement Librarian of Business and Technology at the Central Library in Madison. Martin Alvarado is back on the show. Good evening, Martin. How are you?
I am doing fabulously and just really enjoyed the last time I was here, and that's why I came back. Just love the show, love the conversation, and just love being able to share what my library does, but also what other libraries do.
Love it. And we should also mention that Martin is in the Madison HQ right now, so it's a lovely place to be, and I'm happy you are with us again. Let's jump right into it, Martin. It is National Library Week. What is going on with the Central Library in Madison and other libraries around the area, do you know?
So the National Library Week actually starts in April, but since we are at the end of this month, we're just going to jump in, because if we talk about it in April, it'll already happen, right? So want to get in front of it, so give a little preview, and it's a time when the library just showcases what it's there for. It may not do anything flashy, but there's a couple of things that libraries have been banding around to do, and one is to figure out how much does the library contribute, or how much do you get into for each tax dollar that you put into the library? How much does the community get by? There's some formulas to do that. The American Library Association has figured out that you get about $5 on average that you spend in the community, and just the economic effect that the library can have. On a personal level, like I borrowed 3 books to prepare for this week, actually 4 books. If I'd had to buy them, I would have probably already be at like close to the $100 mark. If I bought them used, maybe about half of that. But through the library, I was able to just really not have to spend anything. So that's
great.
One of the great things about the library. And also one of the things about the library is you can ask us any questions. So you can come into the library. It can be, what's the weather? It could be, I can't find the phone number for something. It could be, I just heard this word, or how do you spell it? We will do that. But we will also have questions when it's something a little bit more sensitive, more complicated. And that's one thing that you can always lean on your librarian, wherever you are, to give you the best factual information that they can find, and to also guard whatever the nature of your question is. Librarians by law are not allowed to divulge it without a court order. So,
whoa.
I never knew that.
Yeah, or even which books you checked out. So it's just kind of like one of the things about libraries is that library is your space where you can have like all these things that you're curious about, and it doesn't leave like what happens in the library stays in the library kind of thing. Or what you ask about the library at the library stays in the library. So
Can I just go in and start talking about all my personal problems and they have to listen? Is it like a hostage situation like that?
No, it has to be phrased in the form of a question, finding a resource or an answer. They'll probably recommend a few books, and maybe give you a list of specialists in your area.
Love it.
Before you move on to anything else regarding to National Library Week, really quick, last time you were here, you talked about tax preparation services. Those are still available, yes?
Those are still available if you can just sneak in, and it's always ask if it's available. If you go to VITA, V-I-T-A, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program that the Wisconsin Department of Revenue does, Google that. It'll give you where these services might be happening close to you.
Great.
You can also Google the AARP. Even though it is primarily geared for seniors, it will accept a number of different people. So
great.
Always worth a try. And at this point, someone might just cancel. Even calling the last week, you might get lucky.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, Martin, you are a preparer, and I know that because you said that during the break that you found out where this show where people can hear this show around the state, and you found out what was going on in those various libraries.
Yeah. So if I have it on just by following what I found about this show in particular, among the bigger Civic Media network, Eau Claire is definitely one of the markets that Nite Lite is being broadcast. And they have a Treasure on Troubled Seas, a pirate escape room, mostly geared ages 4 to 12. But it's pretty much happening from the middle of March until like the 11th of April. So if you go there with your family or even just want to check it out, adults can also check it out. You can have like an escape room with like a parrot and some riddles, and it's just all happening right there at the library. It just really caught my attention, as I didn't think that could happen, and my fellow colleagues surprised me. Then also happening in another area in La Crosse, there's a gardening talk and seed swap that's on April 1st. It's not an April Fool's thing, and it is one, and I'm not totally sure. I think, don't quote me on the date. I think it's clipped here in the copy I have, but it's one where you can learn a little bit about gardening, and you can get seeds and start growing whatever you might want to grow, like maybe tomatoes, maybe flowers, maybe some native plants. So that's a fun thing happening over there in La Crosse. In Hayward, a couple of days from now, and I didn't write that down, there's a history of Wisconsin fishing lures. So imagine that. Like, you can just go and have like a master session.
Goodness.
I mean, the nerdiest thing for the outdoor people, like you can see it at the Hayward Library. Just
For fish nerds.
Sometime next week. Yeah. For fish nerds. Yeah. Also, a thing I discovered in Appleton, they have the AI Vision Station. So we were talking a little bit about AI last time. So this is a place where you have experts both from the library and other people who come in. You sit down, you ask your questions about AI, you take it for a test drive. So hats off for them to just getting in front of the technology and just breaking it down for folks. Many libraries have this. So Oshkosh is not the only, but they have an Oshkosh Area Writers Club on April 4th, and it happens to meet, I believe, every month, where people who have writing projects can go there and get like some constructive feedback, have a community of writers, and I'd say a number of libraries offer that, not just Oshkosh, but Oshkosh stood out by having it happening in the near future. Let's see, Wisconsin Rapids, they're doing a book club on the anxious generation, which is how technology is just causing record levels of anxiety on kids and separation and lack of socialization. So they're doing every Monday through April a talk about read the book. It's a family meal that you can sign up for, and then just talk about strategies as to how better manage technology. So
That's
also
great.
hats off for offering that service to the community. So continue with a couple of things on the rundown. There's also movies at Wisconsin Rapids, and many other libraries have that. So they have Monday movies, and they have both a matinee around 1:30, and then at 6 in the evening, they're showing Soul on Fire this coming Monday. So, and just check with your library, because you might even be able to get some movies that have been just fairly recently in the theaters that libraries purchase licenses to be able to show these in a community setting. Also, Teen Job Application Day over at the Milwaukee Public Library, and that's happening on a Tuesday at the Atkinson branch. And this is one of the other services. If you're looking to have someone read over your resume or maybe help with a job search, libraries can help you do that. So that's also a great
Don't
program.
get any ideas, Dom.
Too late.
And then over in Wausau, actually the Athens Library, that's part of that library system, they're having retirement ready navigating Social Security benefits. So if you're reaching that age, you can get some expert advice from the different organizations that make sure that you don't get scammed and that you know what you're going into. Yeah. And Madison Public Library and many other libraries already started in-person absentee voting. I voted yesterday. I was a nerd.
Excellent.
Or 2 days ago. So got in on the ground floor on that one. So that's happening in Madison from March 23rd until April 4th. So check to see if your library offers something like that.
Excellent.
That is outstanding. Our guest
little
is
roundup.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, it's a little roundup, and I'll try to just share what all these amazing libraries around your listening area are doing.
Wonderful.
I love it. That is the voice of Martin Alvarado. He is the community engagement librarian of business and technology at the Central Library in Madison. Can we talk some books now, Martin?
Of course, yeah.
I'm very excited. I wanted to ask you about one that was on your list. It's I think I'm saying this right because I knew someone from this town, Cahokia Jazz, a novel by Spooford Francis. Am I saying that right?
I call him Francis Spufford, but he's British, so I haven't heard him pronounce it. So
okay,
I think your guess is as good as mine.
This sounds right. This sounds like the kind of book I would keep way past the deadline and have to pay fees because it sounds really interesting. It's about it's a mystery, and is that related? Is that in relation to Cahokia, Illinois, Southern Illinois? It sounded like it when I was reading the description.
Well, when I was putting together this list, there's a thread that goes through all our mysteries some like a little bit like the hard boiled like Raymond Chandler, Dashiell Hammett, but they happen in alternate versions of the United States of America, and that is like part of the joy of those. Not only do you have the mystery, the whodunit, the murder to solve, but you also are exploring this world that's like maybe 1 or 2 degrees away from the one that we live in. So in Cahokia Jazz, it's one where the Muskogee people were able to fight the U.S. Army to a standstill, and they got the right to establish their own state. The Mormons established their own country, and Alaska still belongs to the Soviets, and the Washington State, the northern part of Oregon, belongs to the British. So it's just kind of this crazy place that exists only in that novel. So this is a city from the Muskogee people that has African American, has white people, but it's also happening with forces that were at play at that time. So there's the Klan is running amok in there, and now like this place that doesn't exist has to contend with that, and then there's this murder and this animosity happening between the different races. So, and it is just amazingly written. Just the prose just like lifts up from the page, and it's just really immersive.
Great mystery. It sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah,
the other couple ones, the Yiddish Policemen's Union, that happens in an alternate Alaska, where instead of founding the state of Israel, the Jews get sent to Alaska. And that's actually a plan that Franklin Delano Roosevelt had at some point. So it has like a seed of fact that got proposed. Oh. So it's just kind of like playing fun, taking some inspiration. And I think these really allow us to look at like different issues in the abstract. And one thing I've always liked about mystery novels, they're really existential, because there's the redemption, maybe the character's a broken character and they're looking to get their life together, or maybe they're confronting death, they're confronting all these things. So this alternate universe also helps with being able to like explore even other topics. So that's, and the other one, there's a couple other there that I could think of. Fatherland by Richard Harris, which imagines 1960s Nazi Germany rules all of Europe, and this man starts to unravel the secret of the Holocaust. So it's
wow.
There was actually a pretty decent HBO TV movie with Rutger Hauer as the main investigator, which was not bad.
Nice.
I heard of that book a long time ago, and it always sounded very interesting to me. It's like, this is always a great list that you bring, and very, very interesting. Like, guys, I agree with Pete. It's like these are some of these books you're like, I'm gonna have to renew because I got to keep reading. So this is absolutely wonderful. Martin Alvarado, thank you so much for being here again. We really appreciate you. Come on back, bring us more information about our libraries as well as more book picks. He is the Community Engagement Librarian for Business and Technology at the Central Library in Madison. Martin, thank you so much again for being here. We really appreciate your time and your expertise on all great things library, and thank you so much for voting early.
Thanks, Greg, and thanks, Pete. We'll do this again sometime.
Excellent. When we come back, we are going to be getting into the nightcap here on Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to us on the Civic Media Network. Stay tuned. Stay close, friends. All right. Oh, he's Thank you, Martine.
That was a great song choice too. It could have been a Weird Al, like read it, read it, read it.
Can I tell a real fun fact about that song?
Yeah.
Eddie Van Halen did the guitar solo on that. Everyone knows that. That's not weird.
Did you tell me that? Okay.
He took absolutely no money for it, and the other three in Van Halen were peeved to high heaven because of it.
Oh, really?
Because their whole thing was, we are in Van Halen. Van Halen is our band, and that is it. You do not work with anyone else. And he had to like sneak around and do this. And when they found out, they were really upset. For one guitar solo that he just like played off the top of his head. You know, Eddie Van Halen, he's bereft of solos.
Yeah. I kind of see their point, but I'm also
one solo.
It was uncredited, right? Like it became urban lore, right? Like who cares?
It was uncredited. He didn't get paid. He didn't it didn't take away from anything. It's like, dude, just get over yourself. Yeah. You're Van Halen. Your lead singer is about to leave anyways because he thinks he can do better.
We've got three text line texts and 4 stream comments.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea too of like, what did we learn tonight? Like, a couple things. What are your takeaways? So,
And Greg, if you want to introduce Nightcap, the actual rather than doing straight from the top, let's
try that tonight and see how we like it. If we like it the other way, then cool.
Because I've changed it. I made it a little shorter. So
okay,
cool.
Read it.
No one wants to listen to it. It's not an audiobook. Read it.
No one wants to be illiterate.
Yeah, I don't.
Guys, I think we got something here.
I do too. Hit upon hit upon hit. Do we have to ask Weird Al Yankovic's permission and then ask Michael Jackson's permission? Like, is that like the layers of legalities?
That's a tough one.
I didn't. Actually, I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm not gonna say it now. I'm gonna wait until the Nightcap to say what one of the things I learned. I'm gonna say it now. Lovely.
All right.
I don't know if I told you guys tonight, but I'm very warm.
I hear you say you're sweating.
You don't say.
I am. I'm sweating. Like my forehead's like my forehead. I'm that thing of where you're not blazing sweaty hot, but you're warm. So like your clothes are warm. It's like just like it feels like a heater is on inside of your clothes. You're just like, oh, this is.
Do you think like Don Rosen turned up the heat to be funny? I did that to a guy at a party once at his house during that hot summer in Chicago, like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Got home 8 miles away, made my brother drive me back after he told me that was really stupid. He was drinking, he could die in his sleep. And I'm calling him to warn him, saying, hey, turn your heat, but he's not answering. But I don't want to leave my name in case he's already dead. So we got in the car and everything worked out.
Wow.
Those are the Cliff Notes.
Welcome back to Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. We are coming to you live on the Civic Media Network. My name is Greg, and I'm coming to you live from Radio Park and Racine, all the way in fashionable Marinette, Wisconsin. Marinette, sorry.
Dude.
Sorry, Pete.
Okay. That was a double dig.
At least I didn't call it Holiday Christmasville USSR or anything like that. I was being respectful. I just mispronounced it.
That would have been better because that would have been one dig. You said Marionette, and then, just, okay. I'm cataloging all this.
It's Pete Schwaba in Marinette, Wisconsin, coming to you live and alive for you. And then in Madison, it's Dom Lee on the ones and the twos. And we are here with you just for a few more minutes to wrap up this show. And don't forget, folks, in the 7 o'clock hour, we've got your final keyword of the day for the Break into Spring multi-state text to win contest. So get your Civic Media app ready to text in that keyword and get your chance to win $200 plus a grand prize drawing of a mattress set from Verlo. So that's in the 7 o'clock hour. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. There's still lots of great programming still ahead. And if I was a total and complete professional, I would say, what's on for tomorrow? And I have it right here. Cindy A. Shipani, a professor of business law at the University of Michigan Ross School of Business, will be joining us to talk about the bonkers world of online betting. Oh my gosh, yes. Cannot wait.
You had me at
I need
bonkers.
to know. Oh my gosh. I have so many questions about that. So many questions. But that's tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Cindy, Professor Cindy Shipani will be here to talk about online betting on tomorrow's show. And we thank you for being here.
And
folks,
Mike Clemens.
It's not on the list. Mike Clemens will be here. I'm sorry. That's my mistake. Civic Media sports reporter Mike Clemens will be here. We'll be talking about baseball. I am darn sure of that. So don't go anywhere. Stick around. We'll be here for you. Same time, same station as always. Now, it's the end of the show. It's time to wrap things up. And we have this little thing we call the Nightcap. So hit it, Dom.
It's time to wind it down. This is Nightcap with Greg and Pete.
Thank you, Mike.
All right. Jazzy. All right.
I like it a lot.
Before we get into what we learned, Pete, we have some more comments that came through on the text line as well as the live stream. So why don't you hit those live stream comments?
You got it. Here we go. Let's jam. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Earlier in the show said, hi, guys. Happy Wednesday. Back at you, pal. Thanks for being here
Hey, buddy.
tonight,
Thanks
Daniel. And then we've got Sydney Politics, and I love Sydney's text. He says, not even trying to be political, despite my username, but I wish a lot of MMA. I watch a lot of MMA, and I'll say Joe Rogan is the worst commentator. You know, I have a lot of issues with Joe Rogan. I don't. There's a lot I don't like about him, but he is very good. I disagree with Sydney there. He is. I wish he would have stayed in that lane because he's very good at it. But I get it. He's annoying. Thank you, Sydney. I'm kind of all over the board there. Sydney also says I want better pay for Dom so he can afford some better burger experiences.
Then go to the Big Arch. I promise you.
We pay
it'll change your
Dom
life.
very handsomely. Like it's out of mine and Greg's pocket. And then we got Trumpet Joe says Stephen A. Smith and Dan Orlowski are dreadful sports commentators.
Okay.
Thank you, Trumpet Joe.
True.
That's awesome.
And John from Oshkosh listening on WISS says to Dom, so you've never had a real burger then? No way saying a McDonald's burger is the best burger is a real thing, right?
Yep.
Well, Dom really loves the burger, so I guess we're all going to have to deal with this together. Brett and Brown Deer, giver of the name the Yadar Hey Triangle, listening on WAUK, he says, last month when I was in Thailand, I was craving a burger, so I went to a Burger King, and they had a truffle burger, and the sauce was the best I'd ever had from a chain restaurant.
Wow.
Other countries' fast food joints are amazing. Their food choices, their ingredients, everything. And I think there's a place here, I think it might be in Madison. There's a McDonald's where they serve the international choices. So you get to understand what other people get to have around the world. So I would love to have that. And then finally, Matt Norclair listening in says, just a comment on the triangle. I was working in South Carolina when one of the apprentices asked, why do all of your sentences end in A? To which I responded, I just want to make sure y'all paying attention. You ain't hardly ever is. I didn't read that correctly, but thank you very much, Matt. I need new readers. But thank you everyone who texted in and left a live stream comment. We appreciate you. What did you learn tonight, Pete? What was your big takeaway?
That our fearless producer, Dom, you know, you heard it in his voice, the passion, the commitment. He went 3 separate times trying to get the Big Arch Burger. And he took one for the team. He ate that horrible food, and he got chastised by listeners. Dom, I appreciate you. Thank you, sir.
No problem. No problem.
Okay.
And I got to say, I learned something too. And it was that the Hawk Tuah girl is now back in business. So I'm excited.
Hot fun in the summertime.
2 hours. That was your takeaway. Good to know.
He couldn't wait to spring that on us.
Cannot wait to check your credit card statement next month. All right. So, and my big takeaway was the fact that you can go to the public library and basically confess your sins, and they can't do anything to you in a court of law. So that's what I learned tonight.
It's funny. I learned also, if I can piggyback on what you just said, there is a contingency of librarians that are trying to do away with late fees. Like libraries also already give so much. There's so much going on there. They are treasured institutions. And now I kind of disagree with that though. Like there has to be some.
They have to be able to. Well, here's the thing is if they properly fund them, then they wouldn't need to do late fees. If we stop cutting their funding. So there you go. There's a fix right there. But I understand what you're saying there. And libraries are amazing. We need to keep them open. We need to keep books available because that just sounds like freedom and democracy. But that's for another conversation. On behalf of Pete, I'd like to thank Tucker and Dominic and Traffic and Engineering for all their hard work because without them, we do not talk into microphones that work. They are just sitting here doing nothing. Everyone who called, texted in, left a comment on the live stream to our guest, Martine Alvarado and Mr. Frank Hermans. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Remember, tomorrow we're talking to Cindy A. Shapani about online betting and Civic Media sports writer Mike Clemens about sports, most likely baseball. But that's all for you tomorrow. Stick around for the 7 p.m. keyword in the Break into Spring multi-state text-to-win contest. Get that Civic Media app ready to go because you deserve $200, and you might just win that today, including a mattress set from Verlo. But don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. You're listening to the Civic Media Network. This has been Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba and Greg Bach. Send them off right, Pete.
Good night, Wisconsin.